Welcome back, my beautiful humanoids. How you doing today? It's Chris here, and today we're going to review Ajax. Ajax is kind of like a attack damage, kinda tanky guy with some really cool abilities. And I'm just gonna be straight with you guys. All right, I don't say this very often, but I really very strongly believe that Ajax is the best $3 hero you can buy. So if you're gonna go for a $3 hero and that's all you want to spend in the game, Ajax is just the way to frickin' go, man. But we got to talk about him a little bit and actually show him off in some gameplay. Don't forget, I do have review videos of every single hero, so if you're interested in them at all, feel free to check them out. So first of all, the shot cannon. This one's actually not that good. It's okay. It basically says an energized punch to the ground that stuns nearby enemies. Ajax smash. So you get a pretty cool stun in there. Doesn't do any damage or anything all that great, but it's, you know, it's a stun. Then you get the Shockwave Blast. Shot Cannon also affects structures for a few seconds. So this is starting to get a little bit more interesting. Now you're like, okay, well, if I run in the middle of a gigantic enemy base and just shock the ground, you can stop all of them from attacking. Okay. It's starting to sound pretty good. And then you can increase the, with your gold upgrade, you can get increased Shot Cannon's area of effect. So now we're getting even further, and we can actually start to affect a lot of the buildings in the surrounding area. All of that doesn't really matter all that much, because we don't take over all that many buildings in the entire game. I'm not saying we don't take them over ever, but I'm just saying that there's only a few things that we take over the entire game. I'd rather have him do some sort of damage to enemies instead of actual bases. But don't get me wrong, still a really cool upgrade and pretty darn solid. Moulinex, I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm going to go with Moulinex on this one. Ajax turns into a hovering, spinning disc, slicing and dicing even when he's on the move. This thing's freaking crazy, man. Holy crap, dude, this thing is delicious. It's amazing in every single way. Even at the lowest tier, I was chopping through enemies so darn fast. Blender. Enemies damaged by Moulinex bleed and lose health for a while. So after you chop them down to bits already, they're going to keep on bleeding. So this is why it's awesome to just run over like 1,000 enemies all over the place. Does damage even when he's not doing it anymore. Then moving on to the gold upgrade, extra movement speed while Moulinex is active. So now we're even frickin' faster. We're helicoptering through everybody and chopping their heads off. Sounds delicious, right? This is his best upgrade by far. The cooldown is slow though, so you don't get to very often. So when you use it, you really have to do massive quantities of damage. By the way, the cooldown on this is regular, which I didn't really comment on the cooldowns all that much for most people, but I wanted to mention that really quick. Prototype gear. Unpronounceable alloys give Ajax additional capacity to withstand damage. He's freaking tanky, man. I don't think he's the tankiest guy in the game. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Darwin or Dr. Graf are the tankiest guys in the game. But Ajax, in no way, shape, or form is he squishy. Gosh, no, especially as a hand attack guy. Once we get up to silver, regenerative. Oh my god, I can't talk. Regenerative frame. Slow but constant health regeneration. Didn't really notice it all that much. Yep, sure, it helps out. Why the heck not? Even when you're in the middle of attacking people and everything, you're still going to regenerate health at least a little bit. Once you get to gold, recovery health when any of his powers are activated. So this is actually really cool. Now, whenever you're using your abilities, you're gaining health as well. So not only are you killing people and chopping their heads off and everything, now you're regenerating your own health while doing it. Talk about amazing. But also what I wanted to mention really quick is, I think this sort of has to do with it, his attack. I think Ajax's attack might be the best in the game. I mean, he does single attacks, okay? That's the main thing I want to point out. He does single attacks, so against, groups of enemies, he's obviously not super-duper boss or anything like that. But usually I have the biggest problem against, really strong, sort of tanky enemies. And this guy just does an amazing job, just running up to them and chop, 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 chop. He chops them down to nothing in no time. So, let's show it. And he does some sort of weird double attack as well, which makes him even better. So, let's show him off a little bit. Watch how fast we're going to take out this base. Now, of course, we're going to be playing on hard, as usual, or veteran, if you want to call it that. So, let's go. He's got a really cool Aetherium Blade as well. You can tell it's nice and green and blown up and everything. We're just going to walk in here. Look at this. Chop, chop. Dead. Choppity, chop. Chop, chop, chop. Choppity, chop, chop. Super chops. We're just taking everybody down. No problem whatsoever, man. Chop chop, even these guys are really strong and usually very difficult to kill. You might be thinking, holy crap, dude, are you playing on casual mode or something? We are not. We're still playing on hard mode. Alright, let's drop one of these bad boys down and let's get in here. Okay, so now let's use his abilities. Now we're going to chop around. You just chop all the enemies down, regenerating health while we're doing this. Chopping around, just running around. Then we can just go back and defend after we chop through a lot of these guys. Now, because he is a hand attack champion, obviously you need to heal up every once in a while. His healing is pretty standard. Not too crazy compared to any of the other heroes or anything like that. But because he can just run away really fast and everything, he's actually pretty solid. Also, one thing I want to point out is that his movement speed is not amazing, but is in no way, shape, or form slow or terrible. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this shock really quick. Show you guys the shock. This is the one where I'm like, it's okay, but it's not amazing. You know, you can stun the enemies, you can stun some of the random spine crawlers that pop out of this area over here. Ooh, I kind of wish that I could maybe... You know what? Maybe we'll wait long enough so we can stun the spine crawler. I still call them spine crawlers. Similar to StarCraft. I don't really know their real name. I don't think they actually tell you ever. But move around just a little bit more, and here's our stun. Alright, let's stun it up. There you go, we get to stun this thing. It does attack for a little bit, but again, like, how often are you actually going to use that? Not very often. So I find it to be a little bit lackluster of an upgrade for actually being able to attack buildings, especially when I think it was the gold upgrade that it could attack buildings like that, so yeah. But overall, the main thing that makes him a good character is the fact that his regular hand attack is just so darn boss. You can just slice through enemies really, really quick. Now that's all I'm going to have for you guys today, so if you did enjoy this review, make sure you press that like button for me, subscribe if you haven't done that, and have a super duper delicious day.